Monsters may be fictional, but as it turns out, some creatures that are frightening enough to appear in our nightmares may not be so imaginary. There are some truly amazing cases of animals that have become so abnormally large and frightening that they've been given names, and had you encountered them, you'd have probably mistaken them for a monster. Keeping to some sorts of criteria, let's define a monstrous animal as one which is abnormally large and of course somewhat frightening. Number 10. Alligator gar of Todd Lake. Like across alligator and fish, this prehistoric animal is one of the largest freshwater fish in America, and with a long snout of sharp teeth, this predatory fish is also terrifying. Anecdotal scientific reports suggest that alligator gars can grow up to 3 meters in length and weigh as much as 159 kilograms. But in 2011, the largest alligator gar ever caught and officially recorded was 2.6 meters long and weighed 148 kilos. The fish got caught in a net set by commercial fisherman Kennedy Williams in Lake Chota, Mississippi, and was beyond recovery when he halted it. In fisheries biologists estimated the big gator gar was between 50 and 70 years old. It has since been reincarnated by a renowned taxidermist into this behemoth work of art. Number 9. Southern elephant seal possession bay. Not only are they the largest seal in the Antarctic, southern elephant seals are the largest pinnate and largest carnivore alive. These sumo wrestlers of the marine world aren't the most attractive animals, and with a nose like that, it's obvious where they got their name from. So, to amp up the sex appeal, males resort to combat, which ends up being brutal given their power and size. Males are the monstrous ones, weighing on average about 3 times the size of females. Male seals typically weigh between 2,200 to 4,000 kilos and can be between 4.2 to 5.8 meters long. According to animal records, the largest recorded specimen was shot in Possession Bay, South Georgia in 1913 and measured 6.85 meters long. It was too large to weigh back then, but it's estimated to have tipped the scales at around 5,000 kilos. Number 8. Medusa, the reticulated python. This snake is so frighteningly large that it is primarily kept in a haunted house attraction called the Edge of Hell in Kansas City, Missouri. Medusa has been recognized by the Guinness World Records as the world's longest living snake ever in captivity at an unbelievable 7.67 meters in length. In order to obtain her full measurements in 2013, 15 men had to hold this 159 kilos giant, each grasping about 10 kilos of the snake in their hands during the measurement. At the time, she was still only 8 years old, meaning that she has many years left because reticulated pythons can live to be 25 to 30 years old. In order to sustain her size, sheets, deer, hogs, or rabbits every 2 weeks. Number 7. Giant freshwater stingray of the Congo River. Found in large rivers and estuaries in Indochina and Borneo. It has the largest spine of any stingray species and is one of the largest freshwater fish in the world. The record for the largest freshwater fish may be held by the Mekong giant catfish, and the beluga sturgeon may also be larger, but I think you will agree the stingray looks a lot more monstrous. Someone verified accounts you claim that individuals can weigh up to 600 kilos and reach up to 5 meters in length, but in reality, it's hard to tell because they're nearly impossible to weigh. In some cases, multiple anglers have spent 6 hours reeling a single monster in because their surface area and ability to bury themselves in the sand makes them almost impossible to lift out of the water. One of the largest documented giants, weighing nearly 350 kilograms, was caught by TV nature star Jeff Corwin and several others. It's measured 4.3 meters and 2.4 meters wide and was caught in the Mekong River in Thailand. Number 6. Giant jellyfish of Massachusetts Bay. At up to 2.5 meters wide, the lion's mane jellyfish is the world's largest jellyfish. Its huge size may be slightly daunting to us, but its sting is unlikely to kill you. Unless you're a small facial or smaller jellyfish, then you'll be snared by its tentacles. Yet one single specimen could cause a mass incident, as in 2010, about 150 people were reportedly stung by the remains of a fragmented specimen. The largest recorded specimen is considered one of the known animals in the world, making it longer than a blue whale. It washed up onto Massachusetts Bay in 1870, and one of its 10 schools measured 73 meters. Number 5. Lolong the saltwater crocodile. This crocodile gave us a glimpse into the prehistoric past, a time when truly massive reptiles lurked in the water. It was captured after a 3-week hunt in 2011 in the Philippines and is believed to be the largest croc ever caught. The long measured approximately 6.3 meters long from snout to tail and weighed a close to 100 kilograms. That would make almost longer than 4 grown men and heavier than 13 men, each weighing 82 kilos. He was kept at the Buna One Eco Park until his death in 2013, having lived for at least 50 years we are yet to find another crocodile so big. Number 4. Giant oarfish off San Diego. These long ribbon-like mystical creatures are the longest known living species of bony fish. Until recently, we only knew about them because they occasionally washed up on beaches as illness or current pushed them to come up into the shallows. You can see how they're possibly the source of many sea serpent legends because when in distress, they actually swim with their fin raised and head sticking out of the water. But fear not, because they have zero interest in gobbling humans as they have teeth and feed on tiny plankton. They're rarely seen because they live at considerable depths, which is why we don't know much about them. Although recent efforts to explore the deep with RV have obtained extraordinary footage of them in their natural environment, reports suggest that the longest recorded specimen was 11 meters long and 272 kilos heavy, though the longest photograph appears to be the 7-meter giant found off the coast near San Diego, California. Some unconfirmed reports go so far as to claim that they can reach as much as 17 meters, which almost sounds too big to be true. Number 3. Deep blue the great white shark. Megalodons may be extinct, but some people still insist they exist. You may think they're crazy, but it's true that 95% of the ocean remains unexplored, so it may just be a matter of time till we know for sure. In fact, most specimens in this video have been found relatively recently, as technology has enabled us to explore more of the world. Even the biggest great whites ever caught on camera, named Deep Blue, was only spotted in 2013. Michael Mayer encountered these real-life jaws whilst cage diving, and it's probably one of the most extraordinary close encounters ever seen in the deep. The animal was estimated at over 7 meters long, although published reports suggest that some great whites may be as large as 8 meters long and weight over 3,300 kilos. It's definitely beastly, but in some ways also elegant, so if you wanted something uglier than the red goblin or frilled sharks, might fascinate you. Number 2. Hercules the Liger. Ligers are magically. They are the world's biggest cats, a hybrid between a male lion and a female tiger, hence the name a liger. The liger is huge because it exhibits hybrid vigor, meaning that it compounds the best genetic qualities of both parents, becoming bigger, stronger, smarter, and faster than them. Estimates suggest that less than 100 of these magnificent creatures exist in the world, and they virtually never occur in the world today because the shrinking habitats of lions and tigers no longer overlap. The most amazing liger, Hercules, lives at the Myrtle Beach Safari Wildlife Preserve in South Carolina and is the size of his father and mother combined. Hercules is almost 4 meters tall and weighs over 410 kilograms, making him larger than the saber-toothed to prehistoric Smilodon. He's definitely not ugly in any way, but his size surely makes him monstrous enough. Number 1. Colossal squid off Antarctica. You can mistake them for the cracker, not even squinting. They're true monsters of the deep, and since only 8 have been verified, they're just as elusive as they are mind-boggling and go to show that there's still much to discover. These Antarctic dwellers have 3 holes, sharp hooked tentacles, and along with being the largest known invertebrates and heavier squid in the world, they also possess the largest eyes of any living creature in the world. The first one ever discovered in 1925 was found inside the stomach of a dead sperm whale, and many others have been found this way. The largest ever recorded specimen is on display at New Zealand's National Museum and was captured in 2007, weighing almost 500 kilos and measuring about 10 meters in length. However, a premature specimen found in 2003 provides evidence to suggest that they could potentially grow up to 750 kilos and 14 meters in length, which would make them longer than the giant squid. Since most of these creatures have been discovered recently, it's interesting to think that even these monstrous animals may be dwarfed by other creatures out there. So, do you think there are even more monstrous creatures out there? Thanks for watching, and subscribe to CRAIN. Also, don't forget to check out the amazing video by clicking the box on the screen now.